it's time to start the show with Bl'Artagnan, Type Zoe, and Raw Life. This is the Lifestream.
This is the Lifestream, number 26. Welcome, everyone, to the Lifestream, the 26th edition. That is half a year. That is 6 months, and that makes half a year. I'm Raw Life. You guys have been here with us for half a year. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys so much. We started this as a fun little, hobby. It's still a fun little hobby, but you guys are all doing it with us, and that's really fun. So thank you so much. Welcome to the 6th anniversary of the Lifestream. Bl'Artagnan, it's a huge moment in the Lifestream's career. Please say some words.
I gotta say, when we started this goofy endeavor, basically Raw was like, "I want to stream on Twitch," and I was like, "Let me on." He was like, "Okay," and then we realized we needed someone with actual charm and talent to join us, and that's when Zoe came in. And now with some girl stepping in to fill those shoes, it's pretty awesome that the support and just seeing how this has grown and the journey that we've had along the way. So having you guys along with us for that ride has been pretty great. So thank you. I just want to express that, reiterate that gratitude and that excitement that, damn, we made it to 6 months, and here's the next 6 and the next 6 after that.
Yeah, we haven't killed each other yet, and we also needed someone who knew how to work a computer, and so that's when we reached out to some girl. How you doing, some girl? Our IT specialist.
I'm all right. Got some weighty shoes to fill as the third on the show, but I've been having fun.
What does that mean? Some weighty? You have to carry us, is what you're saying. You're hard carrying.
No, I'm instead trying to fill in for Zoe. Who's such a
yes.
presence.
Yes, Zoe. We all love Zoe. But you're definitely not carrying us in your backpack every single episode and fixing all of our IT problems. That would be ridiculous, right?
I am doing that one, but
well, anyway, welcome everyone. Thank you again so much. Let's get the 6th anniversary show started. We have tons and tons and tons of content. So much you can barely get through it. There's so much content for us to talk about tonight. We've got to dive right into it.
all right.
We are simply overwhelmed. Since the last event, or since the last live stream, we had Queen come back. Is that right? That was the first
Queen's
thing that
Lost
happened
Chapter.
after us? Queen's
It
Lost
was last
Chapter.
Wednesday.
They had the gall to follow the return of the Queen Lufenia fight with the actual return of Queen via her lost chapter.
Yeah, the return of the Queen was followed by the return of
Queen. Yeah, they went and did that, didn't they?
They did do that. I'm gonna run this co-op in the background. If anyone in chat wants to help carry me through this, I have a Lloyd, and I'm gonna LD spam with Lloyd. So just bring Ida or Tifa.
Oh, hold on.
Call.
I need to get into the game.
You what?
I said I need to get into the game so I can join this
Yeah,
co-op.
You're one of the only 2 people who join me in the co-ops anyway. But back to the point. Queen came back and she got a C90, and now my Queen has a 1 of 5 ultimate weapon, and she does 700k on her Devastates, and I am insanely excited. Did you guys already have Queen? I asked Bl'Art first. Did you have Queen? Did you pull for Queen? Did you get Noel when you were trying to get Queen? What happened?
Well, with Queen, I already had Queen from back when she came out during her event. She was a TCC Challenge MVP, like back when I was doing challenge runs, and back when I was young and virile and able to do those sorts of things.
Whoa, hey, yo.
But beside that, I mean, I was gonna skip, and then I got real bored after the event, because we'll get into why I got that bored. But I got real bored and decided I'll pull for Cater. She looks like she has a pretty cool gimmick with the frame freeze and the dodging and the attacks. And 300 tickets later, I got not even an EX. It was, or I think I got an EX. But basically, it was a not great pulls, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna cut my losses and save for the next guy to come down the pike, who we'll get to later.
Oh, Cater was on that banner. I asked if you got Queen. I completely forgot. I got Cater too. A fellow Zoe Type 0 enthusiast, some girl. Did you pull for Cater? or did you already have Queen?
I did. I already had Blue Queen. She was.
Shout out.
Used her in like every single late Lufenia fight because I think she was really awesome and very fun to use. I also pulled for Cater, so I have both characters now. Mine does not have an ultimate weapon though, so you have the better Queen.
Wow.
You know, I think this.
That's a true type.
I gotta say, I know when Agrius came out, you, Zoe, and I swore kind of a blood oath of sorts to all blue Agrius, and we did it, and that became the official Lifestream thing. I think with you having finally blue your Queen, the four of us now collectively have our official blue support awesome unit that we can kind of have as the new unofficial Lifestream mascot. So that's exciting and nice.
Yeah, I want to shout out Lily, subscribed with Prime. Bl'Artagnan, a friend of the show. Bl'Artagnan has subscribed with his Prime. And
What a guy.
That guy has subscribed for 6 months. Wow. Thanks so much, Bl'Artagnan. You guys check out Bl'Artagnan. That friend of the show is actually going crazy on YouTube right now, just blowing all analysis out of the water. Like the stock market, but straight up. Isn't he near 800 right now?
I'm just shy of 800. I had a small anxiety-infused breakdown about 30 minutes ago because it went from 789 to 788 because social media is a drug and you should stay as far away from it as possible. But
it was me.
Yeah.
It was me. I'll be honest. I saw you were at 799 and I was jealous and upset and angry, and I
honestly
unfollowed you.
You know what I think it is? I think the surge is because my titles have become way better, a lot more clickbaits, a lot more. The secret is if you use double punctuation marks, that rates in views like crazy. I forgot to on one video, and I think just the viewership tanked.
God damn it! But are you back to 799 or 79?
Not yet. So hopefully, we're getting inching closer to 800, and I'd say I have something special planned for that. But honestly, it snuck up on me so fast that I have no idea what to do.
It's a Gabranth cosplay, everybody. Sorry to spoil that, but he's going to be doing a Gabranth cosplay. Everyone follow. I threw that link in the chat. Follow Bl'Artagnan, our resident YouTuber. I do have a question real quick. Who is Uwu-sama? Someone in the chat.
That's RVK.
RVK, another...
oh my goodness.
I brought Fran call. God damn it. Shout out RVK on YouTube. What were we talking about? Cater. I got Cater. I got Queen. I already had Queen. But I got Cater and I haven't used her. You don't really need any units anymore. You can beat the game with just a collection of lint and popcorn kernels from your pocket. So every unit that's good doesn't really fucking matter. Soraya the Ranger subscribed for 6 months as well. Look, the 6 months anniversary. All the OGs are showing out and subscribing for the 6th month of the 6 months of our history. Shout out, you guys. Soraya the Ranger.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you so much. We got a fight with the banner. It was technically a fight. You had to make a team and you had to enter.
No, you didn't.
Some girl, did you get through the fight? Tree Void with the sub. Thank you so much.
It was a harrowing experience, but I did indeed make it through.
Tell us about it.
If it's too painful to bring up, you don't have to go there. We don't want to force you into an uncomfortable place.
So, there's some discussion about like challenge runs and stuff and how like this would be a very difficult fight to make a challenge run for, right? Like you just kind of win the fight. And so people were joking like, "Oh yeah, just ban all LDs." So I decided to try and see if you actually could do that. And the answer is yes. I cleared the fight with nobody in the main party being a unit with an LD. I used Realm, Rydia, and Edge, and I cleared the fight in 27 turns with a Twins friend.
Realm, Rydia, and Edge for the Lufenia Plus, and you won.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube.
Those aren't even like the so-called, like when I think EXL non-LD unit, there's certain characters from early Lufenia that I think of. I think of like Raijin. Realm is one of them. But I think of Raijin, I think of Realm, I think of Laguna. There's certain EX characters where it's like, okay, I could see how that works. But like Rydia...
that was because I didn't have anyone else purple.
Oh no, I'm not like calling you. This is kind of attesting to the nature of the fight, that it just, you did it, you pulled it off, you made it work.
Oh yeah. Also, my edge only didn't have any ingots, so he was 0 out of 3.
God bless Pikachu.
Yeah, shout out to Pikachu.
Pikachu
I did a
is
budget
freaking
run.
out. Pikachu is freaking out right now.
You know, I love budget runs, budget characters.
The fight was basically brainless. It was unbelievably soft and weak. Follow some or subscribe to some girl in her YouTube. She
Probably
put up,
don't, but like,
do it. She does some crazy, wild shit like bringing Realm Edge and
I post a run like
third person
once a month.
Just do it. It's in the chat. But anyway, a twins friend actually, with the right setup, can take this fight from 100% to 20%, I think.
Yeah. I think in my run it did about 77.5% of the boss's HP I calculated.
Yeah. So this fight is absolutely just pathetic. This was, I guess, the same way it was in JP. Someone asked us a question. Hold on 1 second. Biggest question of the day. Let me read this before I say it out loud. Okay, how do I not have Cross added? Cross, you don't follow me. If you follow me, I would absolutely follow Cross. Cross13, the purveyor of the Historia Crux Tuesday nights on YouTube. Follow Cross and watch that show. It is wild. If you think this is wild and out of control, Historia Crux, they get down. Check them out. But Cross, please put your ID in the chat so I can follow you. Some girl, were you going to tell us about this fight? About why
what the fight does?
Yeah.
Well, the main reason this fight is so easy because it has no fucking health. It's 3 targets. They have 8 million health each, which when we can do over 1 million damage to each target with a single twins LD is embarrassing.
Yeah. And this was the same fight from JP, right? So it was just this is the real introduction to garbage time. Bl'Art, what were you gonna say?
I mean, even the devs didn't even they knew that it didn't matter. They gave it a 40 turn count. When have we ever had a 40 turn count end game fight? Like never.
Yeah. To really kind of hammer this home, the reductions aren't especially punishing, and I think compared to the Queen event fight, which came out several months ago, as the event fights always do, they added 50k HP to each of the bosses, or 500k. Yeah, sorry, 500k HP to each of the bosses, which comes out to 1.5 million, which is to say just over a single good turn for most damage dealers. And then they removed the lethal element from the orb. Technically, I've seen a lot of people say, "Hey, this is my first Lufenia Plus that I've cleared." So I don't know if we need to go too in depth, but technically there are, I don't know if you want to call them mechanics, but there are things the fight does. They have a recast that.
Yeah, I could tell you all about what it does.
I guess you got to experience it firsthand with your run. You want to go into, I guess, the technicalities of how the actual fight works, and
yeah, sure. So the orb here is to evade. It is +3 on evade, I believe, and that's just total. Like even if your whole party evades, it's still just +3. And orb doesn't go down on their turns. If the orb explodes, then they do an AoE single brave hit HP attack that also delays you by 2 turns. That's it.
It doesn't do much damage, does it?
No, it's a single brave hit. It's not very strong.
Yeah.
It actually does less damage than the recast.
Yeah, the recast actually does enough that if all 3 of them hit you back to back and you don't have some kind of mitigation, it can kill you.
Yeah.
But the recast, besides just doing some damage that can be mitigated, it's like, okay, that in the original fight they cleansed first, it was all real scary. It was just,
This was the single easiest fight for an in-game fight. I'm sure that someone in chat will remember something else different. I've played since before the EX Plus era. This is the easiest in-game fight that I have ever. I think some girl put it best. This is the easiest in-game fight ever that they've ever programmed. Is that off? Is that hyperbole?
I think I described it as the single worst fight we've ever gotten in the time I've been playing the game.
Yeah, it was not very inspiring. I'd like to think that if twins didn't exist, it would be slightly more interesting. But the fact that you can literally bring in a unit who you don't even need to have the unit. You can bring in your friend, and in the 5 turns they're on the field, they can delete more than 3/4 of the bosses of all 3 bosses' health. It's like, what are we even doing here?
Yeah, this is a perfect example of the challenge issue where, some people are trying to do challenges, trying to keep the game interesting and challenge themselves. Well, I don't play JP, so I can't speak on it, but if we have very many more fights anywhere close to this level, there is no point. There's no you cannot make it harder. Obviously, if you bring all EX units and
It wasn't that hard. I'm going to be honest.
It still wasn't that
Yeah.
hard. So this was a bad low point. If everybody's done with this fight, we can move on to the meat.
I mean, well, just to touch on the idea of like the challenge runs, it's one thing to challenge yourself and to kind of to put some constraints on yourself. Like I'm not going to use BT plus, or I'm not going to do this, that, the other thing. You have to ask yourself how much power do you need to like cut off from yourself before the challenge becomes arbitrary. And with this fight, like you really need to work it in order to make this into a compelling conflict that you really actually have to work your way through and puzzle your way through. And that I don't think it's
right
even justifiable from a challenge run perspective.
Right, and we can talk a little bit about the challenge run situation right now in the community in general. We are headed into a long period of garbage time. Just weak, easy fights, overpowered units. Everyone who comes out is very strong for the current content. If you're having fun doing challenge runs, keep doing them. That's great. That's great for you. If it brings any kind of positive gameplay experience to you, I'm never going to go and say, hey, this is stupid. Why are you doing a challenge run for this fight? But if you're not having fun and you think that you may be doing it to kind of show off, you may not be showing off as much as you think you are in this era. Am I off base the way I'm trying to give the most medium neutral view of the state of the game as I can. And that's
I get the way I take what you said, and I guess I would rephrase Will agreeing with you is showing off a appropriate quote unquote challenge run for this fight will be people are less likely to say wow and more likely to say why.
Yo, dude.
Yeah.
It's true. Some girl, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, my thing about challenge runs is, for me, a lot of the enjoyment of running challenge runs back in the day, I say back in the day like it was a long time ago when it wasn't, it's just that, like, it meant that you really got to engage with the fights more, right? Like, you weren't just going to tear young the fight and then be done with it. You're going to be like, all right, like, what does this fight actually do? What do I have in my roster that can deal with this? How do I solve all these sort of challenges being presented by the fight? There's no challenges in these fights. Like,
yeah, they're saying that there are mechanics is really being generous here. There is an orb that exists, and then the enemy is capable of doing HP attacks if you bring, like, I have died because I got real cocky and brought a team that literally had no healers, no battery. Like, it's possible to die. You just need to put yourself in a position where it's like, what's the point?
You have to try really hard to die. And my only point was that if you are having fun doing that, keep doing it, enjoy it. I'm never gonna, say you're stupid for doing it. But it's looking like the next 5 months I'm gonna be logging in, doing the event, and doing my Zidane run, and keeping it moving, which is fine.
I gotta be real. I'm starting to run out of good clickbait titles for my Machina videos already, and this is if we got like 5 more months of this is going to be very difficult because there's only so many times you can be like, he does how much damage, and oh god.
you have to find a new character to take Machina's place.
Machina with who? Wait, is Sid? Hold on, Soraya, friend of the show, subscriber. Thank you so much for joining. Is Sid Synergy here? No, right?
don't think he is.
You son of a bitch. You absolute son of a bitch. Those extra token. I'm just kidding. Sorry, it's fine.
You have been hoodwinked and bamboozled.
God almighty.
Shout out to Bamboozled, by the way.
Oh, yeah, shout out Bamboozled. Well, that's the queen fight. It happened. I'm glad it happened because I got my queen's ultimate weapon. The only enjoyable part of Type 0 for me was queen, and now I have a literally perfect queen. But after that tragedy happened, we got a new character event, Noel's final banner.
Oh, yes.
And the final event for the next week. Lloyd.
Cled.
Lloyd.
You mean Cled?
Yes, we're all saying. Everyone is saying it the exact same way. Some girl, can you say it? Say it.
Lewd.
Okay. Bart.
That's exactly what Raw Life said.
Yeah. Can you say it, Bart?
Exactly what I said.
Bart?
Yeah, Cled. It's what some girl said. Cled.
Right. Exactly. You guys said the same thing, and I'm gonna say it. Lloyd. We all just said the same thing.
Say the letters that are on the screen in the order that they appear. It's real easy, I promise.
Lloyd. I got Lloyd, the guy from. He's the Final Fantasy 12 Game Boy game guy who he flies in the air and it's Lloyd. I don't.
Yeah, he's from that. Yeah, no, yeah, Cled from that game, Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings, which we all are big fans of and enjoyed playing on the Nintendo DS.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
See, exactly. I'm agreeing with you. That's exactly what happened.
I've got a copy of the game framed, hanging in my office. So that's how much I loved Final Fantasy 12 Remembrance Wings. I love that game. It's a great game. I have it framed. But anyway, he came and he does some stuff. He batteries and he hurts himself and he does some damage. And he makes you do more damage and he charges your EX, right? Does anybody want to talk about Lloyd?
I guess I can take it.
Yeah, go for it.
He's well, he has crazy auras, first off. Probably the best auras we've seen in the game and will see for a while. Whether or not that matters is debatable, but we'll get into that later. But his big gimmick, what makes him unique, is two things. One, he constantly drains and recovers his own health, kind of like Dark Knight Cecil, but not really. And he has a really interesting gimmick with the EX gauge. So his LD will instantly recharge his own EX to full, just right away. Normally it's 3 skills, so that is quite a substantial change. And his EX will charge all of the allies' EX gauges to full, like Ashe. Right? Ashe had that same gimmick with her special HP plus from LD. So he really is a perfect fit for the new era, now that EXs are finally the best button in the game again. He lets you press EX a whole lot more, which is what you really want to do with a lot of these new characters. Like, every character that I've gotten this cycle has had a fantastic EX. And it's a button you want to press all the time.
His LD makes his own EX come up. And his EX makes everyone else's EX come up, right?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Hey, stuff to do. We're in garbage time. Go, Bl'Art.
It's just funny thinking about his gimmick. It surprises me that Ashe's C90 came so late, because I feel like she would have been another great early C90 to have distributed at the time, to kind of really get in on that gimmick. Obviously, it would have kind of stolen his thunder if she'd shown up around the same time. But I don't know any of you. I don't know if you guys played with Ashe when she came out, but the ability to instant charge an EX can be really fun if you play around with it. And that's before they started introducing all these busted ass reworked EX skills with C90.
Yeah, I skipped Ashe. Did you guys both get Lloyd?
I did.
It's funny. I'm thinking back. Queen just came out one banner ago, or came back one banner ago, and she, for the longest time, I think, had the best auras in the game, thereabouts. and brought her back, and just in time, like one banner later, this new kid on the black shows up with more more auras, more healing, more personal damage. Obviously, doesn't capture every gimmick Queen does. Queen's still very good at what she does, but I do find it funny how right after we get Queen back, the new Aura King is now among us.
Well. Hold on. Queen's auras are not mid. Queen's auras are great, and she actually works really well with Lloyd. I brought Lloyd to this Lufenia Plus, we'll talk about in a second, with Queen, just because she's my ultimate weapon. I love her. She's blued, everything, so I wanted to use her. Well, Lloyd can help her EX every time she leaves her EX phase. So
they make a fantastic pairing, I gotta say.
And then you just put like a big ass DPS in the middle, and you're just fucking going to town. But it was super fun. I used Lloyd, her, and Machina just because I wanted to just get it done before the show. And Queen EX immediately, devastate. Come out of her EX phase and EX again. Devastate. Obviously, nothing really matters at this point in the game. Everyone's good, so I'm not going to do one of those, ooh, Queen can be a main DPS in a party.
I mean, she can, but
she can. Yeah, she can, but everyone, I mean, at this point, who fucking cares? Everyone does big damage, especially once you get C90. Queen has C90. She's going to be doing crazy damage. But it was fun. I think that as we move forward through this really tough garbage time where it's hard to challenge yourself, I think that something that's a little overlooked in the community is fun. That was fun. I had fun doing that. Their gimmicks work well together, and it was fun. So Lloyd and Queen, if you don't have Lloyd and you don't have Queen, go pull them and use them together. They're very fun.
As a quick aside before I forget, the reason I've been calling him Kled is, well, I'm putting it in the chat, but shout-outs to Gavilan on YouTube. I'm just dropping a little video in the chat. I'll include it in the description. You check that out, and you'll understand why I've been calling him Kled this whole time.
Yeah, and Blind Eye also just mentioned in chat, Lloyd also charges the EX in 3 skills as well. So they have bonker synergy together. Yeah, even without using his LDD and EX back, if he's getting turns at approximately the same rate as Queen, his
he
EX
shouldn't be, to be fair.
He shouldn't be, and he wasn't in my run. But
because Devastate's high turn rate, so
he can EX again and get her out. I beat it in like 18 turns because I was destroyed.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like you talk about his EX recharge taking 3 skills, but what boss is still alive after you do LDEX like 4 times with Lloyd?
Oh, I just figured out how to make a poll. It's over for all of you cowards.
Oh God, he's finally done it.
I
knew this day would come.
Listen, I literally just typed /poll, and
it only took him 6 months to figure out this function.
This whole thing came up. This whole thing came up. It lets you. I can do everything now. I am literally.
Some girl, think about where he's going to be 6 months from now. I'm frightened.
Guys, you gotta figure out /prediction sometime.
Don't tell him about /prediction.
So
oh, no.
here's the poll I'm doing. Some girl refused to help me. So there's a little bit of controversy in the community for
not like this.
Lloyd's artifacts. First off, I want to look at my camera. Artifacts don't matter, so it really won't matter, especially right now. But should you do 108 CS 50? Should you do HP C50? Should you do 108 HP?
What the fuck? Why does anybody care? This is dumb.
Everyone cares because we're min-maxers.
Well,
I don't
look,
really
we gotta.
I don't care. That's why I'm asking people. Blart, what were you gonna say?
Before we get into the artifacts that we need, the more important thing is for the summon boards. Does he grab the elemental?
Oh my God!
Weakness.
Oh, okay, no.
No, don't. I'm not doing this. I'm not. No, I'm not doing this.
I think you should give him Ramu Chain Brave damage up because he synergizes really well with Reigns.
Dude.
Oh God, this is.
I'm just gonna do a 1 minute the poll, and whatever wins, that's the arts I'm going to farm for my Lloyd. Lloyd.
Is there an option for, like, don't give him any arts?
He already has
that would have
some
been a good one.
He already has some arts. Everything kept changing. It was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Fluid.
Ooh, I like Cross's idea. You should grab those HP damage gain up artifacts so that he gets battery whenever he takes HP damage.
No, you definitely need, like, mighty arts for both skills.
Cross
Like,
Ooh, the mighty arts.
for
Shout
sure.
out to Nick the Ninja.
Hey, shout out Nick the Ninja. If you want to see someone completely not understand no, all right, we'll move on.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that. I did quick shout out. I will say that as far as
They actually don't call them mighty arts anymore. That's
true.
I don't know if you knew that.
Oh God, we're old. What I did for my arts basically is I took those 3 combinations that you put up on the poll, and I just farmed until I had 3 of some
any of them?
combination.
Yep.
Yeah, because it all kind of nets out in the end. Although I will say, it is mildly interesting to have a recommended art that includes HP again. I know with Lena and with Horn that came up, and arts are so boring, but having a reason, like having to exercise even a modicum of critical thinking skill on them does feel kind of good because it makes it feel slightly less useless. Because otherwise it just feels pointless. Like, okay, I'm farming attack in C50 because that's the best in soft for every character in the game.
To be fair, Bl'Art, his C50 is actually just plus 15% HP.
I know.
Right. Well,
it's the same thing. HP and C50 are like, there's like a 200 HP difference between having them. It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh God.
So
well,
108 C51. I already had those farmed because that was like the second option.
There we go.
But so 15% of his HP is approximately equal to 1020 HP raw. Is that true?
Yeah, we're happy about that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It'll interact differently with like Alexander Summon or other characters with like HP auras, like Lena or something. But also, again, doesn't matter.
Hey, really, none of this matters. Just so you guys know.
I think the only reason that it comes up is because technically, since his health, zigzags so much, every so often, if he's you want that 50% threshold to be that for his last stand to be, as high up as possible. But
it also affects his battery.
It also affects his battery, and so at but at the same time, it's not going to be relevant for the next few months unless we keep talking about garbage time. There is the possibility the devs will throw more fights at us. I mean, at this point, we've already seen. I feel like in the past, 2 months, we've seen 2 new fights. I mean, time traveled fights, admittedly, or rerun fights, but different fights with at least something changed. Whether it was for the best or whether it didn't go over well, it could be debated. But there'll be some curveballs. Do you think? Hopefully,
think any of the curveballs will care about if you have 108 C50 or 108 10?
I'm trying to change this. No, I'm trying to get us off the topic of the artifacts right now, and you're pulling us right back in. That's what's happening.
Okay, right. All right, I'll drop it.
Okay, so the Raw has its artifacts. Thank you, everyone in chat, for voting and helping Raw make this extremely important and critical decision. We are now in good hands, knowing you're here to help us out.
What's the word for the thing where they can bet their stuff? They can bet points.
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you being able to decide that for this because we've had integrity issues in the past.
Hashtag bet doesn't work. BC with the actual easiest way to put this whole artifact thing to bed so we can move on to Lufenia Plus.
Amen.
Playing better is infinitely more impactful. What that means is if you make the right decision turn after turn for the entire Lufenia Plus, your arts literally do not matter.
Also, I would say
do the right thing. Some girl, go ahead.
It's not just making the right decision turn out of turn. So many battles are just won or lost based on team building.
Right. If you have the right
build a good team,
you have the right
it can be pretty idiot proof.
Yeah.
To give you, I guess, for players who are really into their artifacts and really kind of min-max them and worry about the artifacts and the spheres making a difference, there's been testing done. Basically, folks have kind of gone and proven artifacts they can shave a turn, maybe 2 off of a run. most players will tell you, most good, qualified, whatever you want to call them, established players will tell you that good play just with the same team, good play in different decision making can shave 10 turns off a run. Easy. I actually earlier, like yesterday, I had a run that I did, got 28 turns, rerun it again, same exact team. The only difference was I changed up the buttons I pressed and the order I pressed them in. 19 turns. So gameplay is really what it comes down to. Team building, which is a component of gameplay. The artifacts really are basically icing on the cake.
Wait, someone already did the prediction. I finally figured it out. It's prediction.
Yes, we.
You already did it?
No, I thought somebody, whatever.
It's probably left over from last week if you never closed it.
He has gamer skill and he'll be gamer killed. Was that last week?
That sounds like last week's. It probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, Raw Life predict perfect the fight first try. Yes. Lewd, broken, or no, he sucks.
You're a natural at this, I gotta say.
Submission period 10 minutes, way too long. Let's do 2 minutes. If you really.
No, don't do 2 minutes. Last time I did 2 minutes 2 weeks ago, and everyone failed to get their bets in on time. Do 5 minutes.
All right, we'll do 5 minutes and talk about.
Are we gonna talk for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I want to talk I got something to talk about.
Tell us who you're running.
I want to talk for. Let me look in the camera, Blart. I'll let you go in 1 second, but I got to tell you guys something. We have 5 minutes. Russia has really leveled up.
Oh God!
They have.
No,
gathered troops.
We're not doing this.
Wait, what? What? No geopolitical debate is allowed.
No,
that's
no,
fine.
No. Monday's
DFFOO. Okay, if you have 5 minutes.
Save it for the.
What?
Save it for the geopolitics podcast that we do on Thursdays.
Okay, I'm just saying that would have been a great discussion for 5 minutes, but I
don't think it would be.
I think the discussion could be summed up as this: we all don't want to see a big old war break out. Okay, I hope every cooler has prevailed. Let's move on. For
those who have no idea what the hell he's talking about, I made a joke earlier about how tonight's stream is going to be about geopolitics.
It just we're not going to get into it. This is a DFFOO live show that is done once a week and does not go into real world current events and news. We are primarily here as a form of escapism, and therefore the crushing reality of life is not going to be
the real
seeping
life
through the walls and ruining our mood.
Yeah, real life fucking blows right now. Everything's wild and crazy. So let's just talk about artifacts. There is some questions in chat, a little bit of controversy. Soraya said you have to select your team before we vote. You aren't going to bait us again. So I'm going to go ahead and say I don't want to make a Zidane video for this fight. I'm bored with the game. I like to log in and do it and be done. So instead of tomorrow taking the time to film a video, do it just so I can prove that I did Zidane, instead I'm just going to do it right now and be done with it. So the team is Queen, Lloyd, and Zidane. That's the team. Do you think I can beat it? They do a lot of HP attacks.
I have one question before folks place their bets. Are you going to have your calls run exactly as is?
Well, I have 2 Fran calls.
No, obviously not.
I have 2 Fran calls, so I don't think so.
And question in the chat that Black Cloud just answered, but I'm going to just kind of say it again for the people in the back. Being asked basically, for newer players with shallow rosters, the question is, hearing that spheres and artifacts don't matter, the reason we say that is because the stat boosts they give are negligible and don't really add up. They really don't make a big difference in the long run of playing a game, playing a fight. So, yeah, even if your roster isn't fleshed out, even if your characters aren't fully built, the spheres, they're better than not having them, but they're not going to provide a big enough impact that they're actually worth stressing over.
Yeah, and they've been getting less and less impactful over time.
It's kind of like if there's a barrel of apples and you're stressing about do I get the red one or the green one? At the end of the day, you're getting an apple.
It's not that big of a difference. Red and green apples a bigger difference than spheres.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, sorry.
The thing is, you have to keep in mind with a lot of these spheres, right? The best sphere in the game is a 15% attack boost, which sounds like a lot when you look at Raw's team here and realize. there's like
hot chat. Get her.
There are 20% spheres, but they're not the best in the game because only specific characters can use them.
Damn. Cover yourself. Okay, never mind, chat. Back off.
Generally useful A sphere.
Damn it.
But if you look at Raw's team, there is what 270% attack up on that team.
Y'all get ready for Zidane. Y'all get ready for Zidane is good. Zidane main DPS video coming right now. It doesn't matter whose other 2 units are. All that matters is what Zidane's doing, right?
The point is, compared to the auras that we have in the power level of current units, the minor stat boost from spheres is nothing. It doesn't matter. You won't notice the difference.
Yeah, you really won't. If you have your units built everywhere else, if you have them crystal leveled up, you have all their weapons MLB'd, you have their summon boards and character boards done, that's what really matters. That's the big stat boost you need to do. Arts and spheres are icing on the cake. Just look at them as icing on the cake. They are incredibly less impactful compared to all the other stuff that we just mentioned.
So betting is now more or less closed, I believe, for the prediction, and Raw still hasn't picked out his non-friend call. So if he picks something that torpedoes the run, my apologies, fellas. We did our best.
What call could torpedo the run?
Oh my God, they are super confident in me this week. Interesting.
Because you're running like 2 synergy and a BT plus.
Interesting. I could lose though. You never know what could happen. Maybe I press a button wrong. I can't find it. Where's the answer? The final answer was, it was so much to so little. Where is it?
All right, Raw, here's what you got to do. Swap Lloyd out for the friend.
Posture check. No, I told them. Oh, fuck. Let's get this fucking run done.
Real quick, Blind Eye has redeemed posture check. Everyone stand up straight, sit up straight. Treat your spine right, and this goes for you too, listening at home. Don't be slouching.
Yeah, good. It's good. It's good to sit.
Thanks, Blind Eye.
I'm gonna keep Fran on Queen, and then I'm gonna put Fran on Zidane because he takes a bunch of turns. And then I'm gonna
wait, but Queen also takes a ton of turns. She's really fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Kate Sith on Queen for the BT phase. This is big brain shit going on right now, you guys. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a massive BT phase going, and then I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, here we go. Boom. BT phase coming in hot, real hot. I'm gonna use it at the very beginning too.
It'll be spicy.
All right. So how do I see the final? What's the final score?
For the prediction, you type it in again, and it'll open it up.
The final score was 24.1K in favor and 2K against.
Okay, so if I were to lose, this 2K could become incredibly rich. And there's only 3 people. I don't know how to look at it, but
I'm confident in your ability to throw this Raw.
You never know. I don't know if I'll throw it. I don't know if I'll just get bested.
There is actually one way you could lose, but I'm not going to say what it is.
I didn't tell anybody this before the fight started, and that's show business, baby. I don't know how this fight works. I destroyed it.
Well, we're going to talk about it. So
I destroyed it with this same team, except for Machina BT Plus in the middle, and they never really did anything. So I know they do some stuff. They do some HP damage.
Well, I'll tell you about what they do once the fight starts.
Here we go. Tell me, what do they do? Some girl.
So this fight has like no fucking mechanics at all. The boss has 2 attacks.
Okay.
That's it. They have a single target brave attack called Helm Splitter, which inflicts a stacking debuff. That debuff will go up every time you get hit, similar to, if you remember, the debuff from Tier 5 Reckoning, I think had the same mechanic. And it starts out with just like a Brave Poison, some stat downs. It becomes a pretty potent HP poison if you let it get up to 5 stacks. These bosses aren't getting turns, so we're not going to see that. It doesn't really matter. Their other attack
they
is
do
an
HP,
AoE
right?
Brave plus HP attack,
Okay.
which they will. I believe they use that every third attack, based on what I've seen. So, you might see it once if
Correct
you
me
give
if
them a
I'm.
lot of turns.
Am I correct that the stacking debuff doesn't become threatening until like stack 5 or something, and it lasts 6 turns?
I believe it's stack 4, but yeah, like stack 4 or 5 is when it starts having like actual like HP effects.
Yeah, it in my experience has been a complete non-issue. I didn't actually know it went beyond 3 stacks for the longest time.
Yeah, it can go up to 5. I saw it happen once.
My game is going incredibly slow. Johnny, play some games with the follow. Thank you, Johnny. Play some games. Welcome.
All right.
If anyone else is new in
Chat
chat,
prediction. Will run up. Remember to press Queen's AA. The answer is no.
what's our AA? Oh, she's C90. Shit, I press his AA though. Yes, do that. That's fine.
Hello, Johnny. Play some games. Welcome.
I think I'm gonna delete them the whole fight so they never get to move. Right? Isn't that?
I mean, that would be ideal.
I mean, might as well. There's nothing stopping you.
There literally is nothing stopping me.
I mean,
Right.
that kind of sums up the problem with garbage time.
Like, so that's the problem with fight. It has 2 mechanics. The 2 attacks I just told you, that is all this fight does other than the orb. Now, the orb is tricky. I think this orb can be very tricky.
What is the orb? Oh, damage yourself. Fuck.
Well, it's take damage. It can be from yourself or from the boss's all attack. However, they only do the HP attack every 3rd move. So you're not going to be able to keep the orb up from just that. You're going to need to bring someone who damages themselves. Or if you really want to play it fast and loose, you can bring calls that damage themselves.
Okay, so if you bring a call that damages itself in the call, that actually hits the orb?
Yeah, like Dark Knight's Hustle call will tick the orb.
Okay.
Does Queen? That's actually pretty cool.
Does Queen do it when she goes immortal and hurts herself?
Yes, when she sets her
yes,
HP to
she
1.
does.
Oh, it's easy. This is easy money.
I mean, you have Lloyd, who like every other attack, he's going to be doing it as well. It's you're well in hand, but it's a specific mechanic, or like a specific orb mechanic, but not a complicated or difficult one. I would say, provided you have a reasonably diversified roster. Kled does it, Galuf does it, Queen does it, Vivi does it, Renoa does it. Jesus.
Arden's LD does it. There are options. There's not a lot of options, and a lot of them are a little older, so...
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about them being older is you can bring basically any 2 new characters, more or less, and kind of support them to the point where you can clear the fight. I'd say, honestly, the most difficult part of the fight is that they actually become fairly tanky by the end of it. Their defense or brave reduction or something.
It's a battery reduction, mostly.
Say again?
It's mostly reduction, it's not defense. They have like 90%.
Okay, yeah, they have 90% brave damage reduction. I feel like their brave gain reduction doesn't actually go up as high, though.
No, it doesn't. I
guess to sell Kled's battery or whatever.
But that would be a reasonable take.
Well, I have to say, I always do kind of enjoy when battery isn't reduced, just because big battery is fun. It feels good.
It does.
You guys want to talk about DPSs and who's the best DPS? Who does Millionaire Club? Let me show y'all something. Check us out. Boom. Hold on. You ready? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I fucked that up.
I mean, not gonna lie, that was bigger than.
That's all right. Yeah,
what I expected it to be.
Yeah, 5 million from Zidane's burst phase. I'll take that on this fight, but skill issue. It could have been much higher. The orb
no.
Is here
So
now.
who does 1 million damage? The answer is actually Vanille.
Oh my god, we've got a fucking Vanille stand here.
You know, Goldbuzz can do 1 million damage pretty easily with his LD if he's on a team with Kled and Lena. Just putting that out there.
Just use Zidon's HP plus.
Yeah,
which
the real
is-
answer to who can do 1 million damage is literally every fucking character in the game when they get C90. Except
Um,
Onion Knight.
How high does this orb go?
10.
10.
Okay.
Every time you boost it, it goes up to the max.
Yeah, it's plus 10 on taking damage, and it goes up to 10.
Alright.
So I figure, generally speaking, you'd probably want to use his free skill on AA usually because it's a C90 AA, right?
Yeah.
I still haven't used any AAs. No, I used his AA once.
Yeah.
That's going to be a
What
new
if-
norm going forward, I think, is pretty much
What's the
every
point?
character.
What's the point of using a C90 AA? AAs are useless, right? AAs don't do anything. Right?
I would get into that, but we were specifically asked and told not to discuss AA, so we're not going to talk about
That's right.
how the C90 AAs allow you to break the damage cap, or they give you significant stat boosts, or they boost your brave gains in Queen's case. We're not going to talk about the fact that
They fucking
as a
suck. I
design
hate
choice, as a design choice,
hate
they're kind of on the one hand, I see what they were trying to do, creating another button to press to give players more options so that they aren't just restricted to, 2 skills, EX skill and Brave and HP. So it gives another option, but it's such a non-impactful option that usually, outside of a few key cases, it doesn't matter. That's what we would say if we were permitted to talk about it, but we have been expressly forbidden.
It's copyrighted, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, copyright. There's injunctions were filed. I'm pretty sure that there's a threat of a subpoena. So basically, we're not going to talk about AAs and talk about that stuff.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about how they still don't do anything different, and they're still super boring. We were told not to bring that up, but that's why we can't talk about how, even though they're still boring, now they're kind of actually broken. If you don't have, especially if you don't have other ways of breaking an HP damage cap or a different.
Well, they don't break
caps.
the HP damage cap. It's the brave damage cap.
Brave damage cap. You can artificially do it just by having a C90 use their AA. But we can't really talk about that at this time.
Yeah, I mean, it would, if we were permitted to talk about it, it would dovetail nicely into how just the general trend with this. Part of why we say that that Cled's auras are kind of whatever now is because the way the game has shifted from back in the day, it was, the amount of damage you could do in a turn was 999 whatever, and it was it was about doing as much brave damage as possible to get as close to the top of the max brave cap as you could, and then characters started being able to just hit that cap easily, and it became about having extra dumps or HP damage up or split damage. Or the reason Ultimisia was so nuts was she was able to chain a whole bunch of full AoE attacks back to back, which is like crazy. And now basically everyone has at least 50% splash damage on all their skills, and if you do less than 100,000 damage on your turn, you're bad, and you should be doing at least 300,000. The important thing is now the nature of the game now is as many dumps as possible with as high a cap as possible. That's why you see so many Twins friends and so many Machina friends, is because they raise that HP max brave cap, that also known as the HP damage cap. It just kind of the war has changed, and we would discuss that, but we're not going to because it has been forbidden.
I'm gonna die. I'm not throwing, but I'm about to die. Unless somehow Lloyd can hurt his own HP. I don't know if I'll be able to do that with Lloyd. Let's see on his turn. Can we lower his own HP on his own turn to deal with this orb?
And even if you weren't able to, you would just summon.
Slightly consumes own HP, huh? Well, that seems pretty relevant to the situation. Let's go ahead and click that button.
Well, unfortunately, some girl did just assist Raw with that bit of advice, so now the wager is now completely null and void. Sorry, guys.
No, I did good. I figured it out on my own.
Damn. This guy's too smart.
We're at turn 12.
Best DFFOO player in the world right here, baby.
That's why you guys tune in every week. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing. This is not my first fucking rodeo. Okay? This is high tier. I haven't used free energy yet once. This is high tier play. Zidana's a true damage dealer. Zidane is a DPS.
This is gameplay, baby.
A is about to move. Damn, I guess I'm gonna get hit with a brave attack. That's a bummer.
You're gonna get debuffed. Don't do it.
What does that debuff do?
At 1 stack, it does like some minor stat downs and a brave poison.
Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to cancel the poll again.
Hey, I can tell it's the mechanics of the fight. At level 1, it is eye brave poison, and that is it.
That is just horrible. I can't believe I let that happen. We're at turn 14, and they're at 46 and 42%. So.
Okay, so here's what the debuff does. I have actually pulled it up on Compendium because I was curious. At 1 stack, it's a poison. At 2 stacks, you take 10% more brave damage. At 3 stacks, you do 10% less brave damage. At 4 stacks, you get... Sorry, what?
At 3 stacks, you do less brave damage?
Yes. At 4 stacks, you get 30% speed down. And then at 5 stacks, you get HP poison by 30% of the enemy's attack stat. Which is a lot. It does a lot of damage. It's like 8,000 or something. It's really nasty.
Okay, I don't want that to happen.
Well, don't get hit.
This is LD hurt himself?
Yes.
There we go. This is just...
Quite a lot. It does half of his health.
This is easy mode. Not
That's
that...
actually what... Right, this is actually why the whole HP art was like a thing, right? It's because his LD consumes 50% of his HP, then batteries based on how much HP was consumed.
So if you have more HP to consume, then the battery is higher, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
You know, he almost did 1 million damage there. He's almost a member of the Millionaire Club.
Not quite. Oh shit, his buttons
Not there though.
I'm not pressing any of his buttons, so his fucking buff.
That's the Kate Sith buff, isn't it? Oh no, Lance Sith's actual buff. Yeah, you
It's
do want
skill 2 buff.
It's skill 2?
It's a skill 2 buff, yeah.
Well, I'll just use that next time, unless the orb's about to pop, and then I'll summon. B is about to move. That's a problem for me. So, with Zidane, the best character in the game, who else can delete on demand? Oh, he has BT's out. Damn. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to delete the turn.
His BT finisher can delete the turn.
Yeah, it's part of the LD buff. You could have just BT'd.
I'm saving the BT to get Twins Friend in.
You're not using the Twins Friend. You don't need it.
Yeah, you know what we should have done here is actually used a non-synergy team to carry my favorite character through. That was probably a mistake. We did indeed use 2 synergy units, and one of which is the fight is built specifically around. So, in hindsight, maybe the poll, if you voted I was going to lose, maybe you should reevaluate some of your decision making, because I don't see that happening.
Like I said, the literal only way you could die would be to the orb, and you have a summon phase, so at this point that's not happening.
I heard they get pretty tanky in the last 20% though. Is that...
You're seeing it right here, right? Look at the brave hits on this BT finisher.
Zidane's only doing 5k on his... 5,000 on his brave hits.
Yeah, no, this fight's very tanky.
Yeah, the reductions kick up. If only there was someone who ignored those.
Maybe later.
It's a pity that they didn't introduce any characters who just kind of ignore defense like that, or ignore reductions.
Yeah, if only there was a synergy BT character who had a defense ignore EX.
Yeah, that would have been handy, but unfortunately, such a thing doesn't exist.
And so we did the best we could, and we brought a really well-made, original team based on team-building mechanics. And that's what happens on this show, is high-level gameplay. Can't even see their turns anymore, but Lloyd's thing's about to fall off, so what I'm gonna do is just summon.
Get it back?
Because I don't think that I care. I don't think that there's anything just gonna summon here and just win the fight. Is that the right move?
I assume so.
I don't know. You tell me.
Winning the fight is probably the move, but who am I to say?
I mean, as much as I would like to see you lose this fight,
Where does Lancet come from? Oh, there it is.
Crimson Wings. That's his skill 2 is kind of shitty. It's like one dump, but
it's a heal on demand plus a buff over upkeep move.
Proto Mega loves it on. Good for you, Raw. That's right. I rep the best character in the game. He has no downside. There's nothing that he cannot do better than everyone else in the roster. He's a jack of all trades, and anyone who thinks that he was the worst of the first 4 BT pluses is a fool.
oh my god,
Is a fool.
This is
Let me finish. Is a fool and not a friend of mine. I want to be clear that that's on tape. Anyone who thinks that he's the worst of the first 4 BT pluses is not my friend and is a fool.
well, you heard it here first, folks, and you also heard it here last. Moving on. Actually, Rob, did you know that these bosses are a reskin of those terrible, terrible Avengers from when Gabranth showed up in the story chapter?
Yeah.
You remember those guys?
Hey, Johnny Plays Games. First time viewer, first time chatter, first time subscriber. Thank you, Johnny Plays Games. I don't know if we've mentioned since you've been in here. Welcome to the live stream. We do this every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm glad you're having a good time. Come back and see us next Monday. Bl'Art, these guys aren't quite as difficult. They're not quite as tough.
I know, right? Yeah, no, when I heard it was these guys, I was like, oh, the Avengers, I had terrible trauma related to that fight. Surely this is going to be a difficult situation. I'm glad they're bringing such a very strong character on the banner to help offset that. And then I did the fight, and I guess I must have grown a lot as a person because I was able to overcome it without a whole lot of difficulty.
Well, the orb is lethal here, right? The orb is lethal, so at least this is tougher than the last fight that we had.
yeah.
I mean, it's tankier.
This is true. It's true.
It's tankier. The orb can actually kill you. So, hey.
I think that ended up being my takeaway from this fight is that it was nice to have reductions again, and to have lethal orb, but at the end of the day, it still felt pretty undertuned mechanically because, like I said before, these bosses have 2 attacks.
Yeah, they have 2 attacks, and also it's another situation. We will give Mino some credit. Shout out Mino from the TCC podcast. Listen to them on Thursdays and join their Discord. Mino he is on a rampage against garbage time, and he's 100% right. You don't have to let them move. You don't have to let anyone move ever. And just no matter how well designed a fight is, how much the reductions are, how, anything that you do with a fight, if they don't have to move ever, it's going to be hard to make that fight difficult in any way. Am I wrong?
No, I think that's completely correct. I think, looking back, I think the fights where usually the fights where the difficulty feels right to us is when there's a threshold attack, every 3, at the usual 80, 50, 20 or something like that, or 30 or whatever, that happens when they hit that threshold, or some kind of effect happens when you hit the threshold so that it forces you to deal with the reaction that the boss has. There's an interactivity there. You're interacting with the game as opposed to just playing solitaire. When they're like, the fights that we've really hated are the ones I think, when I say hated, I mean the ones that I think people complain about for difficulty. There's a lot more of that. You look at Shiva, you look at Ifrit, you look at the Kadaj event when it was cleansing every 10%.
Like that fight a lot. I thought it was a really fun fight.
I think that's opinions. But I think the player base. Sometimes I think, I can't speak for everyone. but they don't look at what the boss being able to do stuff as a good thing when it really is. It creates that interactivity, so you're not just playing solitaire. And I think that's what makes this game special, is to be able to go back and forth with it. I mean, like any good RPG, any good game where there's a conflict, you're doing your thing and they're doing their thing. This isn't just like a one-sided shutout fest.
And you have to react.
Or shouldn't be.
You have to react to what they're doing. That changes the fight immensely, and we're just not getting that right now. Obviously, if you don't want to no-turn them, you don't have to, so that's fine. But
yeah, but I gave him a lot of turns.
That's a million. That's a million HP almost. It's like 49992.
That was 16 damage off. So Kled is still denied access to the Millionaire Club. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next time.
Damn it.
Bring more blues on your team, my guy. Talking to him, not you, of course.
Yeah, maybe next time. Lloyd.
Your team building was a mess.
Clearly, the solution is to blue your Lloyd.
Ooh, God. I don't have any blue. I found myself last night after luck sacking Zell in my Lloyd pools. I'm in a horrible resource rut. I'm bankrupt. I have no blue mats. I have one blue book. That's it. I have no red ingots. I can't EX plus new weapons. I've played this game for a long time. I did take a little break, but I am in a resource. I'm in resource poverty. Has anyone else come to a point where you're like completely out of upgrade materials? 'Cause I'm fucked.
Well, Goose actually got me good. He roasted me pretty good, because when Machina came out, I thought I was out of blue armor materials because I forgot you could dip into purple tokens, and it turns out I was not out. But I have actually I've run into ingot poverty more than once, I'll say.
I have 20 purple high armor tokens. 20. And that's
I have more than that.
Wow.
That's from this fight. That's what I'm saying. I've blued so many people that I shouldn't have blued, and it was an issue. Let me pay my believers and let this be a lesson to you next time.
Don't bet against the BT plus with 2 synergy units.
And in my defense, I told you guys what team I was going to run beforehand. So
yeah, I want to comment on the ingot thing though. I think part of the problem with that for me has been, now that we're on the era of like 2 LDs on a banner, all the LDs that I skipped, I just like have been getting on the way to other LDs. I'm like, well, I can't really purple this. Like, do I purple Barrett? Like, I got him on a rerun, but I don't.
Exactly. You're not planning.
Yeah.
You're not planning on building that character, and then you just luck into them, and then you're like, well, I'm not gonna leave them unbuilt, and then you're.
I am. I've got a 0 out of.
Oh yeah, you gotta leave them unbuilt, because otherwise you end up where you ended up.
Exactly. That's the situation we're in right now. I can't stand to have an LD and EXs that aren't built. So right now, every LD that I own has high armor and has its EX purpled. I was supposed to tell someone. I was supposed to tell Mino how many purples I have. Can you guys count your purples real quick? Tell me if I've been purpling too many purples.
That's purpling the EX, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna
sure.
purple like Fran, right? Because I'm not using her in the party ever. So why would I waste ingots on?
Oh, I did. I
use
didn't
the
think
threat?
about it. I didn't think about it. You got to count your bursts too, by the way, because you had them purpled. So count them.
Doesn't Fran need at least 2 out of 3 to refresh the?
No, it just gives her like that she applies the stacks on wave entry, but she still refreshes it with the base call.
Oh, okay, never mind.
At least that's why I don't know. I actually like haven't used her as a call.
Yeah.
12, 13.
I don't like
14,
her using her on
15,
get turns, and I don't like no turn teams. So
18.
I just realized the number I'm about to give you is going to be skewed, because I went on kind of a mad spree and purpled a bunch of dupe EXs to put like dupe spheres on favorites because I'm a madman.
oh, that's dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it was very. What was driving me crazy was I had Lena here with the full Cecil sphere and then the RF sphere, and it just, because they were 2 different, the lack of like symmetry was driving me nuts. And I was like, screw it, I have the ingots, I'll do this, and then I did it. because that's apparently my life now.
What is 38 times 3? And then plus these bottom two.
114.
Did you just do that off your in your brain?
Yes.
No, there's no way. No, there's no way. I'm checking behind you. Hold on. 38 times 3. My God, she's good. Plus 2 for Core and Lloyd. I have 116 purple EXs. No fucking wonder I'm. No wonder I'm out of fucking mats. I have 116. That's all. Wait, how many characters in this game?
151.
Okay, that's 151. So I only have 35 EXs that I haven't purpled. Buy followers. Oh, thank you. Damn, some girl is quick, man. So I've got 100 and wait, what did we say? How many do I have total?
116.
116 purples. And you know how many of these characters I actually use are even used when they came out? Not a lot. I mean, as I'm scrolling, I'm seeing characters that I purpled and then never touched once. I mean, on every fucking row. But that's the way that's the way the cookie crumbles, right?
It sounds like you should not have built those characters.
Yeah.
Gotta invest smartly, my dude.
Yeah, and then my armor.
But no, I mean, like, I'm not in a great ingot situation either, but I also have been playing as long as you, so.
Yeah, it feels bad. It feels bad to get a character and like just luck into them like Zell last night and not have enough to build them. I had enough, luckily, to build him, which I guess now that we're talking about it, I don't think I should have. I don't see myself using Zell anytime. We're actually gonna use him real quick before the end of the show to get his C90 quest done. But other than that, I'm not gonna use Zell. I don't need Zell. I don't love his kid. I don't love his character. That's an example of someone I should have just not purpled.
Yeah, I think it's a good lesson for a lot of players, especially newer players. Well, not newer players, but like new-ish players, like say I don't know, 4 or 5 months in, where the resources they're still figuring out the resource stuff. Down the line, you're going to eventually have more characters than you know what to do with. Like once your roster is filled out and fleshed out and built, you're no longer going to need to build every character you pull because you're going to get LDs or EXs randomly that are cool, but that shouldn't compel you to think like, oh, you know, I gotta have the rest of this piece. Free BTs on like a daily ticket or something goofy like that is a good example of like, oh, well, I wasn't going to invest in. I don't want to have to go back and try to pick up the LD and spend like my last gem pity to get this LD for a character I don't want just because I pulled the burst. Understand what you need to clear content and understand what you enjoy and who you like playing, and look and think about that before you go and invest in a character. Black Cloud loves to say, try the fight before you pull. That's a great kind of rule to live by there, because usually that fight is the one best suited for the character on that banner. And so if you clear it without a character, you're probably good. There'll be a few corner case exceptions, like the Lenas or Pains of the world, where they really can help you out going forward because of their utility. But be thoughtful about your resources. I'm not saying you should hoard your resources arbitrarily, but you don't need to feel the compulsion to spend just because you lucked into something.
I'm going to do Zell's level 90 Shinryu fight. He's level 90 and he's purpled and he has LD, so I should do a more difficult fight, right? Instead of, I guess it doesn't really matter because we're gonna have so many fights, but like, I shouldn't.
Fights are only gonna get easier, man.
I mean, just my so far I've just done it on the temporary ones. Like I've just thrown it into like the Lamia one or the Kled event or Ursula or whoever, because I'm Machina plus Bart's can duo that fight, so at the base of the Lufenia level. So like, why bother going back and figuring out what fights are open?
I've been just like picking a random fight. Like I just bring the 2 characters with a carry to whatever fight sounds fun. I used Divine Ramu for Zell and
Here's a fun one. What if we find a fight in which they're in the recommended party and we slot them in there? Thanks, Squix, telling us what to do.
We could try that real quick. If Zell is recommended in any of these, we will.
He's recommended for. He's at the very top. They show you those first. He's recommended for Zonde's Lost Chapter, where he was Synergy.
Okay, Zonde, Yuna, and Zell. I don't have Zonde, so let's do it with Zell, Yuna, and what's the orb?
+1 on break or +1 on dark damage.
We don't want to make this last too long, right? So inflicting break on count target +1 and dark damage. Some girl, unreal. I don't have any other dark damage unit. Oh, I have Golbez. So let's swap Golbez. Let's do Golbez BT instead of Zonde, and then Yuna and Zell. I wonder if we'll make it. I didn't know that it puts the if that C90 is recommended anything, it puts it at the top. That's actually pretty fun. Not really useful because the recommended parties that they put are just
whack.
So far, they seem completely random. They don't. I mean, some of them.
So it's usually like two good characters. The one character that's like, what the hell is this character doing here?
Yeah, like one of them meets the mechanics, kind of. One of them may have been synergy, and then otherwise it's like, what the fuck? What? Why would you choose? Why are they recommended? Where's my Yuna? She's recommended.
It was like right next to Zell, literally right next to Zell. Scroll up.
There she is. She must be good here because she's
Damn.
What?
Nothing. We don't need to talk about it. If you know, you know.
New sub campaign. Enough subs for Raw to get 1 ingot bundle. Can you buy just the? Can you buy red ingots?
I think they do a bundle from, yeah.
Yeah, you can whale. It's one way to solve your problem.
With nothing, I don't want to buy any other bullshit. I just want. Let's check it out real quick before we destroy this fight.
Raw whaling live on stream.
I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed because moments after Raw found and selected Yuna, a number of people attested that he will not be able to find her, and the level of confidence really, it's heartwarming to see. It is just really, it warms the cockles of my. I already said heart. It's weird to say heart again. Shit.
The cockles of your heart. You can only buy 1 ingot at a time for $25. Are you fucking kidding me? I think
there's a different chest.
I don't need any blue ingots. I don't need any red books. I don't need any
there should be like some kind of like enhancement chest or something.
Just ask Daniel what to do.
Daniel, is there a red? Yeah, our resident whale, Daniel. Is there just red ingot? Here we go. Red ingots, power, or 1 ingot.
Yeah, weapon enhancement chest.
There's only 1 ingot. There's only 1 ingot.
And more.
and wait, there's more. Another one with just. What the fuck? I can't buy it right now anyway because I'm on. I'm not on my phone, but I think.
All right. 8 subs. For 8 subs, we'll get Raw to buy that ingot bundle.
I can't do it on.
You also got to get the sphere reset bundle.
No, we gotta switch the sphere reset.
Wait. I cannot do it on what I'm on because on my computer I don't have like any money connected to it. I'd have to.
We can work around that. We can work around that. This is detail.
From what I see, this is the best.
You haven't clicked on the details of any of these bundles.
Yeah, all you're seeing there is.
You see that button that says details. Click on it. It'll tell you what's in it.
No, it pulls them all up at once.
This is the
Guess you're just gonna have to remember it.
Oh, 2 ingots. I can get 2 ingots here. How much does that?
That's the $75 chest.
No, thank you. We got to get more subs
a little
for
bit.
that.
Yeah.
So one ingot, 2 ingots. That's it. So I could get 2 of this cheap one. Festive Platinum Chest. Festive. $24.99 for 2 ingots.
How festive.
It's not worth it, man.
40.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
It's actually $50 because, well, I can't do it right now on this anyway.
Don't do it anyways because it's a waste of money.
Anyway, so now all you whales know how much everything costs and if you can get stuff. Let's destroy this fight and finish.
That's what I'm here for. I don't want you die to regular Lufenia.
What if we lose to a regular Lufenia right now?
Oh, I know what. Give me a second. I'm putting up that prediction.
We're bringing the recommended team except for Golbez instead of Zonde, and it's BT Blue Golbez. God, no wonder I have no fucking resources. All my characters are blue. I blew everyone for no reason.
Just like you purple everyone for no reason.
Unreal, man.
Raw, can I make a suggestion about the purple ingots before you waste money? Or the red ingots? Wait until at least you have an EX that you want to max.
Well, there's a Global First coming up. Global First Amarant. Where's my camera? Sunday, we will be getting some news potentially about a Global First. And I'm here to tell you it's Amarant. Amarant, Final Fantasy IX.
I don't think it is.
The Blue Salamander. It is. It's Amarant. I've built up a cult following, and we are demanding. We are at the point. We are demanding a Amarant to be released. So Amarant will be the Global First LD that we get for the anniversary.
So why would it be Amarant instead of like a popular character?
Amarant is more popular than half the cast we have right now. Lloyd.
Bullshit.
I literally didn't know he was in the game until I watched. Like I had to watch. In terms of cultural osmosis, no one ever talks about him, ever. Except, well, that's not true, because you talk enough for 3 people at least. But he's not a hot topic.
What did he ever do? Y'all? He's a main character.
Well, that's the question. What did he ever do? What did he ever do? You just asked the key piece.
He's a main party character from a main installment numbered Final Fantasy. That's enough right there. We're only missing like 6 total, or 4 total. Riku, Quina, Amarant, Red 13. 2 of which from the best game ever, which is fucked. I'll take Quina at this point, but
arguments can be made for Tella as well.
Well, if you argue for Tella, you gotta.
Oh yeah.
Fusoya.
Or Sid.
Yeah, you gotta do Fusoya if you're doing that.
Well, I mean, Aerith's in the game, isn't she?
FF6, we're missing Umaro and Gogo.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, the Aerith burn. That was very rude.
I'm just putting it out there. I love her, but
hey, I'm happy that
Arrow makes a good point because no one asked for Kled, Kadaj, or Kais, all of whom are some of the most popular characters in DFFOO now. Hashtag fix Kadaj.
Lloyd is like, I don't know. I think he's a good pick. He's like one of the main characters of that game, and he's cool. He's like the one good character from that game.
Better than Amarant.
Yes.
Why?
He does things and has character and affects the plot in a compelling way.
Amarant comes from nothing and only understands violence. He grows as a person during his journey with Zidane and learns that it's okay to trust other people and
I see.
And changes completely as a human.
Human?
In this essay,
I think that last point is debatable.
In this essay, hear me out. In this essay, I will discuss the character arc of Amarant throughout the hit Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy IX, as it relates to his importance to the story. Welcome to my TED Talk. Amarant was a mercenary. He cared about no one but himself, as shown in Ibsen's castle. He wants to go faster than Zidane. He doesn't trust. He thinks everyone else will slow him down. Oh, but wait! He falls! There's an injury. He can't continue on his own. He would lay there and die if it wasn't for what? Camaraderie. From journeying with his new friends at dawn, he learns it's okay to trust people. It's okay to love. It's a classic tale. Tale as old as time. You're not better off by yourself. You're better off with your friends and putting your trust into your friends. Any fucking questions?
Blog.
Okay, it's not a question. That's a fucking comment. Let's get this fucking fight done. Is the prediction over? Because I'm about to destroy this fight. Anyone who voted against this is stupid. I've got 2 BT characters and a C90. Come on, y'all. 310, that's still too much. There is literally no way that I die here. Actually, I'm going to not bring any calls. Just to make it...
Could somebody just clip that for the end of the fight? I have a morbid curiosity.
There's no way. There is no way. I have 2 BT characters and a C90. What do they do? Oh,
I just think it'll be really funny. I don't have skin in the game. I'm just curious.
2 waves. I'll do no friend too because you guys honestly think I can die here. None of these characters existed. None of these characters were out when this fight happened. In their current state.
I mean, you didn't green Golbez, so he almost. That stupid LD board rework. What the hell?
I got him blued. He'll be fine.
And I mean, Yuno was out at this time. Sorry, it's semantics. It doesn't matter. The point stands.
Weird question. Probably should know at this point because I have him perfect built. What the fuck does Zell do? How do you do Zell?
But I'll give you this for free. So Zell has 2 versions. Zell has 2 versions of all his skills.
Thank you so much.
It's tied to a buff called Duel. When he uses one of his base skills, or his AA, or his EX, he receives the buff Duel, which is loaded. It's got his attack, it's got Brave and HP damage, it's got Brave gains up, and it also transforms his skills. His base skill uses are free, and if his HP is above 50%, he will use both of them every time.
Okay, so I just
and
used
now
one of
he
his
has
skills.
Duel.
Yeah, I just used one of his skills. I gave him Duel. So now he's got Duel for 6 turns. So now...
but it goes away. It'll go away when he uses one of his transformed skills. So if you use Burning Rave or Meteor Barrage, or he also has a transformed Brave and HP attack from his EX that you'll get later on, that will also get rid of Duel. So, Burning Rave is AoE, Meteor Barrage is single target, I believe.
So why is this LD a free skill right now and nothing else is?
So the way his LD works is when you use it, he gets a buff for 4 turns. And all of his skills and turns are free for those 4 turns. And then he does a different attack at the end.
Okay, so I got his Duel up. This is anybody who lucked into Zell last night like me. You're all welcome.
Right. So after,
I'm actually between you and me, I'm actually taking notes because I also lucked into Zell and had no idea how he worked. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So he has light speed special now at 1 stack. He gains a stack every turn. He also gets some stat buffs at I believe 3 stacks, but that's not really consequential. It's playing the kit. While his buff is up, he will do more damage, and he will re-break on everything.
Okay. Does it matter what I press?
And he gets free turns on breaks.
Didn't you say if I press one of these buttons, Duel goes away?
Yes, that is still true.
Okay, I don't want to press those then. Why would I press those?
Yeah, you do.
Why?
Because you don't have anything else to press.
Okay. Meteor Barrage. Fuck it.
Meteor Barrage is single target. It does more damage. It's more dumps.
So now I have
now
free
he has a free turn.
Now I have a free turn.
All right. So then, so between his 2 free skills, Punch Rush is instant turn. Booyah is high turn rate.
Okay, well, Duel's gone.
So if you want to keep his turns going, you just press Punch Rush.
Yeah, I just want to.
If you want to give his allies a turn, you press Booyah.
Good thing we got a fucking Zell expert in the house because this kit is.
My Zell doesn't have any ingots.
This kit is fucked
How
up.
that works?
What the hell is going on?
His EX is better now. It ignores defense. It is.
I got Duel back.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I press his EX? 6 turns duel. I already have duel. Fuck it, we'll press this button. What? I have a question.
Yeah.
Why? I understand that his limit break in Final Fantasy VIII, you press a bunch of buttons, did a bunch of combos. This makes sense. This kit is fucked up. This kit makes no sense. What the fuck? No, there's no. I can't press anything.
Yeah. So once you have gone through all turns of your,
I was waiting for that moment.
You get to use the finisher.
Oh, shit! I can't wait a second.
That's his finisher.
So how? Why? Whoa. Dude, my mind is fucking blown. All of his skills went away. Why did I get this?
Well, treat this as it's like a mini burst phase because now this is the burst finisher.
But what? Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Why the fuck did that happen?
Because you used all the turns of his LD buff.
He's still got duel. He's still got light speed special.
Light speed special. His last turn.
He has that. He still has it. Oh, on the last.
Yeah, on the last turn,
he can do this.
He gets this special attack. It's very good. You want to press this attack. It does a lot of damage.
As a friendly reminder for those of you watching along at home, Zell came out during X-Death Cycle, which predates Lufenia Bliss. I hope you appreciate this little Zell, how to play Zell primer, courtesy of the Lifestream.
Okay, so he just did a bunch of damage and without anybody else moving. That's fine.
Yeah, but that's what Zell does.
Okay, so what about the orbs? If I need someone else to move, right?
Well,
why? He's taking all the turns, not dealing with the orb.
The orb is break. He re-breaks when he has LD buff.
Oh, so that's why he was okay. All right. So basically, you can press whatever you want until his LD falls off, and then.
So what you did there was basically the correct rotation for his LD. If you want him to take all the turns, there's different ways of playing it. If you don't want him to take all the turns, but what you did there is probably good.
I remember this fight. This fight kind of sucked a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I remember this fight well. This fight did suck. Oh, great. Now fucking Zell's going again. So, his HP plus is different. His brave is different. His
this
skills...
is actually these got reworked with the C90. These are actually new.
Okay,
so I don't know what they do.
This is too.
They do more damage than his skills. I'm pretty sure.
Honestly, I understand. You use a lot of turns with him. He does all sorts of crazy shit. This is too much. This is too much.
Yeah, I mean,
it's too much going on. I'm sorry. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game's asking too much of the player.
Yeah. I'm gonna use his AA so I can burst on his next on Golbez's next turn, but everything's free. Meteor combo, maybe? Cancels duel. Why do I want to cancel duel? Why do you want his own buff to not...
His buff just alternates on and off. That's how the kit works. He uses base skill to get duel. He uses the better skill. Duel goes away.
It's pretty good for an HP plus. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fine with that.
I think that's the worst of the two, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Alright, now, I need to break both of them in order so that Golbez still won't be able to go because Yuna's next. Okay.
Alright, so do you want to take a bunch of turns with Zell?
Yeah, I just want to kill these guys.
Okay. Press Punch Rush.
But why?
Because it's instant turn and will give you duel.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why is he the way that he is?
All right, now press LD. We start doing some breaks, so you're gonna have to use that LD. All right, now you press Meteor combo. Meteor Barrage, sorry.
Why?
You can use the X here, because you can use the X.
His kit is so fucked up. I don't understand what's going on.
You need to inflict a break. He gets a free turn on break while he has this buff up. Now you have a free turn.
Okay.
I think we're in a. I think we have a problem.
Every turn that he goes.
This is why Raw is Final Fantasy IX guy, not Final Fantasy VIII guy.
I think using the EX was a bad move. Because he doesn't have any other free turns. We need to push them back farther.
The orb's gonna blow up. I'm gonna
die. All right. Well, you gotta save it. So the orb goes away at 80%.
What percent?
80.
Okay, I'm just gonna summon. Burst. Are you shitting me? I fucked up. Now, Zell sucks, man. What the fuck is going on?
This fight's actually just has a really shitty orb.
I just wanted to ask, did anyone clip that thing that I asked them to clip from before? Just asking for a friend. Curious if anyone managed to retain that for later use.
What? Because I don't get Zell? His kit is so counterintuitive. What the fuck does any of that? Why the buffs? What? I'm so upset about using Zell right now, and I don't understand. Wait, Yuna, you want to use this right before her finisher, right? Or you want to do something?
Sonic wins before the finisher, yes.
To get the Brave up. Okay. I don't care. Zell sucks. That shit's so hard. I don't understand what the fuck.
Have you tried being better?
It's a skill issue.
Wow.
Skill issue. Oh, okay. We got big problems. They're doing Brave. Oh, the Brave shield is 27,000. Wow, this was really
the olden days.
Yeah, this was the good days, man. This was
was it this? I forget. This was right before Lufenia Plus, wasn't it?
This was the last cycle for Lufenia Plus.
Yeah.
I hope you can break A.
What a time to be alive.
I got a question. I have a question. Why is she doing 4,000 damage each?
Because they have a shield.
Oh, I died.
There's some mechanic. I don't remember the mechanic here. I'm going to be honest.
I died. Oh no. Fuck. Bees.
You got Golbez. It's fine. Oh, you're going to die. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to come out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this.
Hey.
Let's get some hot dogs in the chat for our boy.
Damn, Zell was far too heavy.
Bro, I tried to help you.
I have paid the people.
Hey, that was actually some big money for the people who voted against me. I am not gonna lie. Good for you guys. Oops. We'll do that. We'll do that another day. The ultimate. What we found here, the finding is that Zell sucks, kind of, and it's too hard, and it asks too much of the player. Thank you guys for joining us. We had a good time. We always have a good time. Blart, you have anything to say to the people who joined us for our 6-month anniversary?
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a wild ride so far. Looking forward to it.
Sam, no.
Yeah. I.
Are you fucking kidding?
I am aware of what happened there in the chat. That's gonna be big drama. And yeah, don't forget to shoot. What were we talking about before? Yeah, don't forget to put the right artifacts and spheres on Kled. Some girl, do you have any
up?
closing thoughts?
Uh,
Are you proud of your work?
I actually was unironically trying to help you.
Are you proud of your work?
Actually, I got a ton of channel points.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, it has been revealed that some girl did in fact vote against Raw to clear that Lufenia. Although
Of the 5.4 thousand points against him, 5,000 of them were mine.
it was a hefty bet, and not many people bet against him. But just
I knew how I knew how mechanically intense this fight was.
You
I made this a poll for a reason.
You betrayed me. Go ahead and finish.
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing, which was betrayal. Say goodbye to the people.
Winning.
I don't know if we'll ever be back on live together. Just tell the people goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody. Hope you all had a good time.
Adios.
We'll be back Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for joining us. 6 months. Phenomenal. You guys are the best. We'll see you next Monday after the content drops. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. See you next time.